Hello, this is a video on what is design thinking. This is a small conceptual note for UG students. For more, please write to me. Imagine there is a small newly opened restaurant named New Eats. Its customers come from nearby and are of different ages and gender. A closer look shows that not all customers are super excited about the experience. Something like this. Where would the restaurant owner want to take them? Of course, to happy, satisfied customers. As the first step, the restaurant needs to find out about the points of dissatisfaction, which are gaps or problems. Then, from there, to build upon solutions that will be sustainable. One comprehensive way to do this is to take to design thinking. So, what is design thinking as a tool set? To understand this, we need to look at number one, what is design thinking and what is the design thinking process. First, let's look at what is a business model. Take the same restaurant. We know that things like oven, furniture, ingredients like bread, fruits, and vegetables are inputs for the restaurant. What are the outputs? Delicious cookies, steaming cup of coffee, and freshly prepared tasty burgers to be served to visitors like them. They are called customers. This is precisely a business model. What is being produced, for whom, and how? This brings us to the original question, what is design thinking? It is a process of solving problems by prioritizing the consumer needs above all else. Other needs like procurement, raw material, employee management. Let's look at the design thinking process. It has 6 steps. The first 3 are understand, observe, and point of view. Understand is about understanding the typical consumer by trying to know their age, gender, occupation, problems, needs, their conditions, family, and social settings. The next step for the design thinking team is to get an in-depth idea about consumers. So they create a set of questions in a survey form. This survey form is then taken to consumers, typical consumers like these, and many more. It is important to include all types of consumers, the not so happy ones and the happy ones, for a representative sample. In the next step, the data collected is analyzed on important dimensions. The design thinking team then categorizes these consumers into groups based on their profiles and problems. Further in the design thinking process, the next 3 steps are ideate, prototype, and test. From the grouped data, we now have clusters, which are essentially problem tracks and give a set of unique insights about all consumers. To take the next step, the design thinking team selects few feasible and promising clusters and generates several ideas or solutions for each cluster's problems. Then, all of this is documented well and kept. Later, for the next step, prototype of ideas are created, which may look like any one of these. The aim is to provide tangible form to selected ideas. Moving on to the next step, which is testing of prototypes, The design thinking team talks to typical consumers for their views on the prototype. Accordingly, the loved prototypes are retained. Where some changes are needed, they are made. For others, which are unacceptable, they are discarded. The last two steps are repeated iteratively till the time a satisfactory prototype is made and tested. This brings us to the end of the design thinking process. Thank you for watching.